Hey, 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 a very pleasant afternoon to everyone. Greg Scher here with a very, it's four varies because we have four fabulous co-authors on one-on-one. This is the first time we've ever had four people on a one-on-one. So my fingers are crossed. I know we've got some fabulous talents here as we talk about rethink everything you know about networking. I'm so delighted to have Alayna Gardner, Liz Short, Tammy Hajar Miller, and Lindsey Meyer. Many people in the mortgage industry know all these names. Ladies, hello.
Hello, Greg.
I am so delighted to have you. Thank you for allowing me to share your story. I mean, that's true, right? Like in the proverbial sense, in the true sense here. How did you come up with this idea? The Rethink series is very well known. In fact, I was a co-author of what you think about social media. So it continues to evolve. And tell me, Liz, as one of the co-authors, who came up with this idea and what's inside?
Absolutely. Well, I have to give credit to my fabulous co-author, Lindsey Meyer. I had the opportunity of meeting her and actually everyone on this call through networking, through different events. And Lindsey knew about the series. She literally ran into Kyle, I think, and pitched the idea because of her passion about networking. Lindsey, sorry, I'm stealing your story. But she needed a co-author and reached out to me. And Lindsey is literally the best connector that I have ever met. And so I knew that this was a project that would just be a really special thing to work on. And so Lindsey and I worked to compile a really great group of people with a lot of different perspectives, a lot of different stories, a lot of different approaches. And I think it's turned into a pretty amazing book that really helps folks in all industries and all stages of business networking and connection to learn something.
That's pretty amazing. And Lindsey, you are a great connector. I recall the first time I met you at a conference and you lined up like 9 people and you introduced me to them all. I think your dad might have been one of them. I don't know. It's like, you introduced me to everyone but the valet driver. So,
and that's just because she hadn't met him yet, Greg. She met him 5 minutes after you left and she would have introduced you to you then.
All right. So let's take a spin around the book. Lindsey, tell us about your chapter and the impact you hope this book makes, which I want to just say, every good book needs a great party, right? And there is a fabulous party coming up in Las Vegas this coming Sunday. We're airing this on Friday. That's when we're doing this. And we decided to do that because you're having a massive party on Sunday. And we'll get to that. We'll get to that momentarily, how you can gain entrance. But Lindsey, first, red carpet. It's all yours.
Yeah, I would let Alayna take that question. As far as chapters, book, outreach, I think that every author's life has been changed in a positive way through being an author and a part of the book. It's not easy. Some people might be able to write things down very quickly, which is such a gift. For me, I wrote about 3 stories and overthought it for a while, but it came together. And my story is about connection and how a simple movement or action such as a wave can mean so much. And then I talk a little bit about my life and how I just grew up and became a networker, and then also reflect on the Iowa Hawkeyes. We have something called the Hawkeye Wave, which has gone a long way and has even gotten some awards. So I share the clip of the first time the Hawkeye Wave happened and then relate it to my life and story as well. And hopefully we all keep waving. That's my story.
Can you learn to be a connector, or is it something
Absolutely.
You're born with?
I think we were all born with communication skills, and communication is connecting. So I did a lot of research, and for hundreds of thousands of years, we've been connecting smoke signals as a way of communicating. Back in the war, war in 1900s, they had certain types of flags. So there's different ways to communicate. And I just think it just depends on that person and how they grew up and how they did learn to communicate through the people in their lives.
Yeah, it's I agree with you. Some are better than others, but it's like anything else. It takes practice, right? I mean, practice makes perfect. Tammy, tell me about your chapter. I understand that this one is super unique.
So my chapter, I wish my husband Bernie could join us because Bernie and Tammy is family, and it's a combo chapter. Um, and really, it's about networking starts within the family. We have 5 children between the 2 of us, and our networking started with our kids, and we taught them from a very young age how to communicate, to Lindsay's point,
Mhm.
connect with people. And it was in business and not just learning internally. That's where we start conversations, but learning how to communicate externally. And that's also learning how to read body language as well, and knowing when to go in for a conversation and when to maybe lead, kind of like build on the conversation. And that when you learn to network internally in the family and at the dinner table, that just is the waves of like a tsunami, right? It starts really low and then it just gets bigger and bigger. So that's our unique spin on networking and all the blessings it has brought to both my husband and I, Bernie and myself.
Did you learn anything about Bernie that you didn't know before the exercise?
Well, yes, you always learn when you work with your partner, when you work with anyone, right? You learn more and more about them. You learn how to bite your tongue sometimes. I for sure learned that. Okay. And I also learned the genius. I learned the genius of my husband. My husband is an Army man, 10 years, flew fighter helicopters. 2 of our sons are at West Point, following in his path. And you learn the disciplines of someone and their process, and you learn that that's the gift. And then you also learn that you have a gift, and you learn how to merge the 2 together. So you learn to bite your tongue, so you open your ears, and then how you can add to the conversation instead of trying to overtake it. So that was part of this, because it's one chapter for both our voices.
Wow. Well, please thank Bernie for his service. We all appreciate that, of course. And Alayna, Tammy talks about body language and approach, and that kind of weaves perfectly into your chapter. Your chapter is I don't like to be sold, and man, can I relate to that? Nothing raises the hair on my back. Can I say that? The hair on my back? Yeah, I mean, I have a few hairs on my back. Yeah. Like walking into somewhere and holding my breath that I don't get attacked. And then, you turn a corner, you walk into like Neiman Marcus or any place, and you see, hey, can I help you? Oh, no, I'm good for, you just turn the corner, someone else, and they just come out of nowhere. It makes you just want to go home. What inspired you? Tell us about this chapter. It's really interesting to me.
Yeah. So I think, a few years ago, before I actually joined the mortgage industry, I'd gone to my first national conference for the industry I was in previously. And, I was a young, dumb salesperson. There was a lot of pressure to come back with something, right? And I think a big piece of it is someone actually called me out and said, like, hey, you're being too salesy, right? And it really forced me to reconsider so much of what I was doing and how I was doing it. And it honestly shifted my entire sales process to today, where now I get told, hey, you could like actually sell at the end of that presentation if you want to. You can talk about your product if you're like sponsoring this, right? And so I think, in my chapter, I kind of go through, I explain what happened, and then also going forward to, okay, we do a ride along. We go to a networking reception together in my chapter, right? How do you interact with the room? And what is your first stop? What is your last stop? When do you leave a conversation, right? And also all the opportunities that can come up in a networking event and what can be valuable in staying in a conversation as well.
Yeah. The art and science of networking, Liz Short. I saw that myself firsthand. First time I ever met you. I was speaking at a conference in New Jersey, the MBA conference, and everything was over. All of a sudden, this bubbly, vibrant person came up to me with such incredible energy. It was Liz Short. Perfect chapter for you.
Thank you.
What's behind the art and science of networking? Give us a couple of nuggets that we'll learn in this chapter.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I really tell my story over the past 3 years of building my business through networking. And what I've found is that you need to approach it by building honest connections, right? Just meeting people. But the more people you meet, the harder it gets to keep in contact with those people, continue to build the relationships. And so I talk about the lessons that I learned on how to have structure and routine post connection to make sure that we go beyond just saying, oh yeah, I met them once, and we can actually take those relationships deeper. It's been a fun journey for me. It's why I'm sitting here on this call today, right? And so I think there's just such opportunity that can come on the other side of connection, but we have to be strategic. I'm a strategy, get shit done person, right? About how we approach those connections as well too after that initial conversation.
Yeah, GSD is your thing. You're the
You're
the get shit done person.
It is.
And you really do. You really do.
Mm-hmm.
You live that, you breathe that, and you demonstrate that every day. Can you see my screen here? Can you see what I'm showing you? The Rethink series. Can you see this?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No, really.
But I can in my mind. So just shoot it at us.
Well,
Almost.
that's amazing. I am not a guru at StreamYard yet, but you know what? I am. It does not stop me from trying. So
I love it.
I should do a chapter.
Just keep trying.
I should do a chapter on trying.
Yeah.
All right, so we have. Let's pivot for a minute.
Yeah.
You're all fairly active on social media. Yeah, can I say that? Okay. So, I mean, that's part of it too in today's world, right? Like can you really network to your full extent without having some kind of brand out there? And you all can just talk amongst yourself and each chime in on your opinion on this. Who wants to go
I'm
first?
going to say yes. And then do you all agree?
Well,
That you can without LinkedIn?
Not
Or-
LinkedIn. That's LinkedIn. It's a brand. It's not about LinkedIn.
Just
it's
a brand.
about, you know,
Okay.
hey, look, this book is Rethink Everything You Know about networking. And what I'm saying is, can you be all that you can be in the world of networking without having a brand, without putting out what you believe in, what moves you online? That's the question.
I
Raise of hands of people that think you can do it without social media.
Oh.
Ken.
No.
One. Okay.
I want to say yes, but I want to add a caveat. And the reason for that is because social media does half the work for you. And so if you can post consistently online, be whatever network, it does about half the work for you, because a lot of people will start to recognize you and they're more likely to let you into a conversation, right? For myself, right, I now am at the point where I get approached at conferences because people know me online. They're like, oh, I watch you on LinkedIn, right? And so that makes a huge difference when you have people that are willing to walk up to you versus the reverse in networking.
I agree with you. And Alayna, I think, networking connection is all about increasing your opportunities. So Greg, if the question is, can you take advantage of all of the opportunities without, no. But I think a lot of people don't like the word personal brand or brand. And I like to say, you have a brand, or let's say a reputation out there today, whether or not you are actively cultivating it. And so all networking in person, on social media, using video does is help you put out that reputation and personality that you believe is true to you. And the more I believe you do that authentically, the more people you're going to connect to and the more opportunities you're going to have. Networking is the largest, or LinkedIn is the largest networking event you're going to attend all year. And there's just so much opportunity on that as well, too, in my opinion.
I'm going to
Tammy,
change
what do
my
you think?
answer.
Oh, you're changing your answer? Let's go. Lindsey, come on. You're changing your answer. I love it. I love
well,
the pivot.
I'm seeing all the sides, and honestly, it brings me back to when I first met Tammy a couple decades ago. We were, the community here in Chicago was really involved in the specific mortgage banking groups, the IMBA, home builder groups. So, before we really had social media, we were networking up close and personal, and it was more of a local, regional reputation. I think in order to get more of a national footing, social media will definitely help you expand and grow. And so thank you, Tammy. I see both sides now.
Tammy?
So my opinion is that you can, just as already stated, you already have a brand. You have a personal brand. So I believe you can network without social. I just don't understand why you would network without social. And as a mentor and friend of mine, AJ and Rory Vaden have said, is your brand, your personal brand is the digitization of your reputation. So if you think about that, the next is, why wouldn't you, as another mentor and coach of mine, Amir Syed, would say, your social brand is the persuasion before the sales persuasion. And so combining the two of those, we already have a reputation. You're well known, unknown, you're liked, unliked, maybe people are indifferent. But if you have a message that you are really feeling called to convey to the world, I have no idea why you wouldn't use social more. Now, that being said, being 51 years of age, and getting younger in spirit, just old, leveling up in numbers, it's taken me a little bit to learn where to post certain things and how to post, and the verbiage and the audience that is appropriate, or that is kind of on that platform. So, answer the direct question. Absolutely. You have a brand, whether you're on social or not. I just don't understand why you would not be on social. And once you really understand your calling, then it's being very specific on how you're messaging and who you're messaging to, and knowing your avatar.
Great answers, all of you. Somebody asked me the other day what I'm most excited about as far as the industry moving forward in the next handful of years. And what gives me a lot of excitement are women like the four of you who are stepping out more, who are having your voices be heard more. And I think that the women in this industry are going to push us to greater heights than we've ever reached before. I'm so happy to have this opportunity to speak to the four of you, and look forward to buying the book. I believe there's a link in the chat where people can buy the book. Is that correct? I just want to make sure in the comments. Right now I see nothing in here. So somebody drop the book link in here for me. And tell me, Alayna, about this party on Sunday.
Absolutely. So yeah, it's called The Industry because it's a collaborative event for the industry in the minds of all of us, right? So it's a collection of vendors that get together. Our team does all the logistical planning of this, but it's going to be very exciting. We've got lots of engaging events. We really leaned into the spirit of Las Vegas for this party. We always try to reflect the city we're in. So we've got a DJ, we've got lights, it's a neon glow party. So if you have things that are colorful or sequenced, Sunday night's the night to wear them, right? It's going to be so fun. I'm really excited for it. And we are also going to be selling books at the event. They're going to be signed copies, and we're also going to offer shipping services on Sunday night. So if you don't want to carry it back to your hotel room, or you're planning on continuing the party at other locations, you can buy it on site, get your signed copy, and we'll ship it directly to your home. And it might, depending on where you are in the US, be back.
All right. So where do people go to buy the book? Just go to Amazon and put it in there, or is there another spot?
Go to Amazon. You can look Rethink Everything books. You can type Liz Short. You can type my name in. You should see it pop up under networking if you search networking too.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this is incredible. Are you all going to be? Whoa! Look at that.
There it is.
I'm not sure.
How beautiful is that?
That is gorgeous.
Isn't it? Oh, that is so beautiful. It's all things Lindsey and Liz right there, y'all. That is so beautiful.
I should mention that there are many other authors in here. It's not just the four of you, another 20 or so contributors. So I'm assuming some of those folks will be there. So just to summarize how we can all celebrate this book, where are we and at what time on Sunday in Las Vegas?
On Sunday, we are at the Industrial. You can register. I'm going to drop a link in the chat right now for you. You can register. We're also providing transportation from the Fountain Blue to our locations. So we'll have an email out. I believe it's the North Gate. We'll have an email out on Sunday so everyone can get on a bus, or you can Uber over to the Industrial in Las Vegas. It's about a 4-minute Uber ride. And we're there from 7:30 to 10:30.
I love it. I
Excellent.
love it. And you know what's funny is I think the comments are all in the private chat. So I'm trying to get over here into the public chat and drop them in
Perfect.
here, but which I'm not sure I've been successful at doing. I need
Thanks
to add.
for doing that.
Hey, look,
It's
I'm
okay.
trying.
It's better. It's better if you search on Amazon. So use your
All right.
Yeah.
skills, search a little, it will pop up for you.
Find
And
us
I'll
on
make sure
LinkedIn.
But
as
Lindsey,
soon
you
as
should
this go
share.
live.
Yeah, you should share the awesome news you called us with yesterday.
Whoa, what is this? What's going on here? Is this
Greg, I
breaking
mean,
news?
share
You know, I
it.
love
Share.
breaking. You know, I love breaking news.
Come on.
Our
go.
authors are Amazon best-selling authors already. So congratulations to our team and to everyone who's contributed. We are an Amazon best-selling author, all of us.
That's a
So-
Yes.
That's a great way to end the show. I appreciate the four of you and can't wait to get my hands on this book. And I'll see you Sunday. We'll have a drink together.
See you then.
Can't wait, Greg.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Thank you so
See you
much,
again
Greg.
next time.
Have a great rest
Bye,
of your day.
guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.